Okay, so I finished The Dark is Rising finally. I was thinking about where if the Holy Grail was found in the first book, and that's why I bought the whole series because I want to read the whole series. So I started reading Oversea Under Stone, which is the first book to this one, and it starts like out of time too, like it doesn't have a specific setting. Even for me though, as the book went on, it became, I mean, it was just like a magic spell. I mean, it just had a spellbinding effect on me, you know, and I really thought that was a neat thing that it had such a great, a great. It almost drew you in, like you understood. Except the time changes. I still kind of. It wasn't toward the end until I kind of understood the between worlds thing. Like sometimes he just felt like he was feeling like he was between worlds, and sometimes he only felt that way. But then he was. But the climax, obviously, with the hunter was amazing. And what really struck me is when he said the hounds, the yell hounds, like instead of hellhounds, yell hounds. There's kind of a parallel, but they don't eat flesh and they don't eat living creatures. But anyone who left their animals out were not wise to do so. And on Twelfth Night in Britain, and I know this is part of British tradition, just assuming that there's a lot of it interwoven in this book, is they celebrate the 12 days of Christmas. On Twelfth Night, you lock all your animals up because the hunter rides to chase away the dark. And for me, there's just so many parallels that like when the rider comes and said, "You will never defeat the dark," and it's just such a lie. And even though he risks his sister's life, he says, "No, I will not give you the signs." He has such great faith. And when they present him with the signs around his neck, he said it says he felt a little arrogant, and I'm wondering if that's also a foreshadowing of what might happen. So I'm going to keep reading the series. The one thing I didn't understand is I understood the walker at the end when they said for the walker that he always had a choice to rest. He betrayed the light and his master once, so he was made to walk. And that kind of conflicts with the old ones being good in a way, because to kind of necromance somebody like that kind of makes me a little conflicted. But either way, when he served the dark the second time, he was nearly destroyed, but he was allowed. The old ones said, "You've already had a choice to die after you served me," but his anger and his betrayal led him to his own demise, his own death, and it's just such a parallel to life there. The thing I like best about this book is that it tells it's almost like historical fiction, but it's not. It's fantasy, but it's got elements of truth to it, and I just think it's a really good book for adolescents and even young adults because it teaches things. It makes you question what's Twelfth Night and where is this place in Britain. Like I found myself looking up the church and just that it's so magical. Like I said, one of my favorite books is A Wrinkle in Time, which is a sci-fi fantasy. This is more pure fantasy, but it's got some sci-fi in it, and it's funny, I got the movie from the library, but I was determined to finish the book before I watched the movie because the book's always better. So, I'm wondering how the six signs will now fit in with the other once he gathers them all, because all that Merriman says is that it will give us hope to defeat the dark when it comes to its ultimate. When it gets very, very bad, at the end, the six signs. The goblet, which has gone before, which is the Grail, which again reminds me of like a Holy Grail, and the golden harp and the I have to remember what he said. The golden harp, and that they will find silver on the tree, and the golden harp. Hang on a second. And anyway, the golden harp and the signs and the Grail and all the things they have to have. So it really keeps you hooked into reading the next book. Not all series. I think most series are like that, but not since I've read the Wrinkle in Time trilogy, which I actually bought a new one for myself. Have I been so entranced? So the strength of this book is the fantasy, but also the accessibility of the vocabulary. Some of it's a little bit older, but I just looked up a couple words. I think it'd be really good for adolescent reading, and it really does draw you in. And I agree with the beginning quote on the inside cover. It says, From Children's Book Review, with its ingenious plot and superbly natural expression, The Dark is Rising captures and holds one's imagination almost as if the magic forces within the story were themselves reaching out to spellbind the reader. And that's, I could feel the dark and the writer and all those things. It was really amazing. So it was a great read to have, and a lot of parallels with writers like well, almost like The Hobbit, but not quite so wordy, and like one review said, C.S. Lewis. And I keep wondering if the writer has a Christian background, because I may be just seeing that myself, but there's a lot of parallels there between dark and light and the writer, and how the walker was forced to walk the earth. And it makes me think of like Cain, who was the first son of all time according to the Bible, and the Christian belief that he was forced to walk the earth and suffer just like the walker. So just some interesting thoughts. Let me know what you guys think. All right, see you guys tomorrow. Bye.